Asbjorn stood atop the battlements of his new seat as he looked out to sea at a small fleet of longships as they made their way south along the coast. He had quickly got to work on securing his landing point by rebuilding the parts of the town destroyed in their raid, and putting the enslaved townsfolk to work. Asbjorn had told them that if they served loyally and obediently, they would re-earn their freedom and become members of his new kingdom with as much rights and respect as his very own Norsemen. As for the most loyal and trustworthy of his men, he had given each important task to complete to ensure stability and growth for their new home. He had charged his Marshal-in-Chief General Aid with scouting out the entire coastline, taking note of its villages, towns and castles, looking for the most vulnerable and easiest lands to attack and where might be the best destination to land his men in future conquests. It wasn't just the shores and oceans he wanted to know better, however. He wanted to know each and every inch of his new land, so he had also sent out his trusted man Tollir with a small band of riders to scout eastward inland to get a better understanding of his new home and the people that lived here, as well as any dangers they may possess. Gunnar, a giant of a man whom Asbjorn had known for half his life, was greatly skilled in diplomacy. To make the most of his talents, he had been sent to visit each of the nearby towns and holdfasts now under his control, to share his terms and orders with their rulers. They would all have the chance to peacefully accept Asbjorn's rule or be replaced by his own Norsemen. Finally, he sent his steward Kiar along with his new wife and seer Siglid to spread the true gods, as well as promote the Norse culture upon the natives. As he watched the last of the sails blend into the distance, all Asbjorn could do now was be patient and wait. Out of the corner of his eye, he noticed a familiar shadow stood beside him, a face he had known for most his life, one that had always stood by his side wherever he needed her. It was his concubine Herja, or his she-wolf as he liked to call her. They had known one another since they were mere pups and grew up in neighbouring villages. As they grew older, their fondness for one another also grew. Asbjorn could not think of a time when they hadn't been together. When they were only 14, they had joined Bjorn Ironside's raider party. They had travelled to numerous places across the northern seas. Across rugged terrains of land, they had raided and pillaged together. They had killed together, and they had laid together. Over the years, he had watched her grow and become a strong woman and quiet the fierce shield maiden. He knew he could always count on her. No matter how absurd a plan he had had may have been or how dangerous, she would always stand by him and do whatever he asked of her, no matter the cost. He could think of nobody he trusted more so than her. Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of the Raiders of the Adriatic. Now, in case anyone has not seen the introduction episode, I'm sure you can just look up in the top corner, you can find it in the playlist where we go over the characters and such, so that we don't have to do it at the beginning of this episode, and there was a little bit of an overview of what we're going to do in this series. So yes, here we are as Jarl Asbjorn of Dalmatia, the 24-year-old Viking lord of this land here on the Croatian coast. We did get married in the first episode. We've got our concubine as well. I'm going to see if there's anyone in our court that would make a good concubine. Who is Martha, 16 years old. Okay, so she's young. She's not too bad, and she's Greek Orthodox. Do you know what? Why not? Let's take her as a concubine. Let's try and blend the cultures together a little bit here. We could get some Norse Greek children, which would be pretty interesting. Now, obviously, I know a lot of you have already submitted custom characters, and they will be coming, but not in this episode. As this is the first episode, I'm still going to just stick with the characters that were already created for the start of the series, and custom characters will come in starting from episode 2. For anyone who hasn't made any yet, or hasn't knew about the fact that we were going to make them, feel free to submit them in the Discord or submit them in the comments down below, and I'll get through them all and add them as and when they fit with the story and the lore that's obviously going to go around this series. So, for our first plans, when we're first going to unpause now, I think the best course of action for us straight away is to try and expand on our lands and make ourselves a little bit more powerful, just so we can defend ourselves that little bit easier if necessary, when obviously all these Christian and Orthodox kingdoms, if they start interacting with us and trying to take this land, we want to make sure that we can actually defend ourselves. Now, we do have Croatia to the north, which is pretty big. This probably will be our aim for our first kingdom to build, so that our lands don't get split upon our death, but there are several lands further down in this Croatian land and around the Serbia area, in these balking areas, which are still independent. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 very small duchies here. And if we go through them, they're all actually Slavic religions as well. So no one's going to get involved, hopefully, if we attack these. We will check which is the weakest. And we do have a pretty big kingdom here, which is also Slavic as well, so that should be hopefully pretty easy to take. Even Croatia isn't that strong. They've only got 500 men, but they are Catholic, which is going to be interesting. So we don't want to go and attack them just yet, just in case. So we will probably go for one of these 4 kingdoms here. So let's have a look at this one. Paganesia, which is Serbian, Slovakian, 207 men. And we've got this one here, which has 372 men. 226 in this one and 485 in this one. So this one's probably going to be the best one. It's the weakest and it also borders. It would be nice to take the lands that do border ours. If we can try and take these coastal lands and these islands, it's nice to have them considering we're quite a naval force. I know that it doesn't make any sense in-game, but for those of you who are long-time viewers on the channel, you know that I like to try and do things as realistic as possible and role-playing. So I think it would make sense, lore-wise, for this series if we were to take these islands in the Adriatic Sea. So our first thing to do will be for us to attack this kingdom here, which I'm hoping that we can do. We should be able to do. We can declare war on you, and we can raid for captives, or we can conquer the county, and that's actually the whole county, and we can get that for 150 prestige that will cost us. Yeah, we've got plenty of prestige. We've got 600 prestige. We don't need to spend any on men-at-arms just yet, because we've got more than enough manpower with the 800 to 900 men that we've got to take this land, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. I just want to check. He didn't have any allies, did he? No, he hasn't. So that should be a pretty easy war for us to win. So let's declare that war. There we go. War declared. We'll raise our men here in our homelands for now. Let's just raise all of our armies there. We'll be commanding the army ourselves, though, please. We've got our siege leader trait. We've got our decent champions and such as well, so we should be okay. We don't want to split up any new armies or anything like that. We'll just keep our men together, and let's finally unpause this series and get started, and let's let some days go by. So let's gather our men, which shouldn't take too long. We've got our 847 men. To the impressive Asbjorn, I gladly accept your marriage proposal. I will graciously take the hand of your courtier Kier in holy matrimony. May Freya bless our union. Excellent. So we're going to have a few of those set up because we did start a few marriages. Where is the capital of this? Is there any other actual baronies here? We've got the city of Split, which is ours, I think, actually. So there is actually only one barony that we're going to have to take over, which is the capital. So this should be pretty quick and easy. We'll try and take some of these lands as quickly as possible. Then we'll do some raiding, build up our wealth, build up our prestige, improve our lands as well. To the perceptive Asbjorn, I gladly accept your marriage proposal. I will gladly take the hand of your courtier Gunnar in holy matrimony. May Odin grant us long life and many children. Signed, Holmfrid. Excellent. Perfect. To the impeccable Jarl Asbjorn of Dalmatia, I accept your marriage proposal. Your courtier Aid and my acquaintance Ylva will be joined in holy matrimony. Excellent, and there we go, and that's the last one. That should be all of our council members and courtiers now married off. Let's march our 850 men down here. We've got our military engineer trait, which is going to help us out massively. I'm not sure what other issues that we've got here to look into. Powerful vassals, expect council positions. They're all just lower mayors at present. We'll hopefully get rid of them at some point. We can declare 8 wars. Yeah, there's a lot about, and we can increase opinions of one of the mayors. I'm not going to worry about that for now. I have looked into granting titles to some of our councillors, but at present, that wouldn't be a good idea. Because we have the greedy trait, that would actually infuriate and stress out Jarl Asbjorn. So we'll wait until we have a few more lands to give out. And we have had a new champion arrive who's Orthodox Greek, which is interesting. Christophoros, who is diligent, content, forgiving, a tough soldier, a forwarder, and a legendary blade master. Nice. Can we recruit you to court? How much would it cost us to do that? 15 gold. It would improve your opinion of us a lot. You're actually you're a pretty decent commander, to be fair, and you're a forwarder, which I don't believe we have. We can try and get some of these Greek guys on side. Why not? We've got a bit of gold to recruit you. You're not bad, to be fair. You're pretty decent. So we will take advantage of that. We are currently, of course, back home as well, trying to promote the Norse culture in our lands. as well as trying to spread the faith as well. And what else are we doing? We're increasing control as well in one of our counties, which doesn't have the best amount of control just yet. I do want to improve our men-at-arms, but we won't be doing that just yet, like as I said, until we really need to do that. We'll pick off the weak neighbours first before they get picked off by anyone else, and just give ourselves a stronger foothold. If we could have all this coastline in the Adriatic Sea, that would be awesome. Right, here we go. We've got our first battle of the series happening. Jarl Asbjorn and the Battle of Moklo. They have 3 champions compared to our 6. We should easily have this battle under wraps. Hopefully we will hardly lose any men at all, to be honest. We shouldn't lose many. And there we go. Victory is ours. And we've managed to capture an enemy combatant as well, who's a mayor from these lands. So maybe we can ransom him. Yes, we can. For, I don't think it'll be too much money. 13 gold. That's all he can afford out of the 30. That's fine. I'll just take the gold for now. Let's just get it underway. And fate smiles upon me. My wife, Sigrid, is bearing my child. Wow. That was quick. Awesome. It'd be awesome if it could inherit both inheritable traits. That would be a great start. Ransom accepted. Perfect. Now let's just get this under siege. Let's see how that battle actually went. So we lost 23 men. Which isn't too bad. They lost 207 out of 200. So we literally slaughtered the entire army, which is perfect. That's absolutely beautiful. Couldn't have gone any better. As I mentioned about custom courtiers, I said you can create them in the comments down below, but I'd much prefer it if you did it in the Discord, as I'd love to have more of my viewers in the Discord. We've got a great community in there, as many of the guys will tell you in the comments down below. But yeah, we'd love to have as many of you there as possible. I did notice that we had several new members join after watching the introduction episode, so we'd love to have even more of you in there. And welcome to any newcomers who have found the channel through this series. I hope that you're going to enjoy it and you enjoy other stuff on the series. If you like the story base, be sure to check out my Knights of Andalia series, which is probably my favourite series on the channel by far. If you like Game of Thrones anyway, I'm sure that you'll really like that if you like story-driven role-playing style series on this game. Well, it's on CK2, but you get what I mean. And we've had a new champion arrive, who's another Orthodox Greek. Oh, wow, he's got the strong trait as well, which is pretty cool. He's a holy warrior. It's a shame it's the wrong religion, but we could, if we recruited him, he's 39, we could maybe try and force him to convert. He is deceitful and arbitrary and callous, so he's probably not too bothered about religion anyway with some of those traits, but then they are some dangerous traits as well, which do put me off him a little bit. We'll wait and see about that. I don't want to spend too much of our money straight away. Let's just get this siege under the way, which shouldn't take long. We can get this war over with. Maybe then we can finally land some of our men. Depends what Asbjorn will be willing to give up. A very greedy man, as we know. Hopefully it's not going to be too long before our bride gives us our first child. She is obviously pregnant. Hopefully we get a son. It'd be nice to have a decent, strong son. How long do we have left in this siege? Only 53 days. That's cool. We will keep an eye on what's happening back home up in the North Sea. See how the Great Heathen Army is getting on in England. And keep an eye on what the other Norsemen are getting up to, even though we're carving out our own Norse Empire, or Kingdom. Let's get Kingdom. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, not Empire. And we've won the siege and managed to take 17 gold in the process, which is absolutely perfect. Yep, let's enforce our demands. Perfect. To the brash Jarl Asbjorn, may your humours rot in your living body. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. Awesome, we gain 75 fame. Our allies get 75 prestige. Not that we have any, but perfect. The war is over and Dalmatia has grown very nicely. Let's disband our armies then. Let's see if Asbjorn is going to be willing to give away some of those titles then. Let's have a look at our council members. So, well, I'd like to land all 4, to be honest, eventually, but we'll just work our way down. So let's start with our Chancellor, who is Viking, a huge Viking. Was his wife Norse? Yes, she was, and she has an inheritable trait as well, which is perfect, and so does he. So let's have a look if we can grant titles without Asbjorn getting too upset. So we've got this county here, and no, we'd gain 88 stress because we are greedy and ambitious. But it would improve his opinion of us. We could take a little bit of stress, but he's probably not going to be too willing to do it until we've formed that kingdom title and give out some lower counties. What if we give away some of the other lower counties? No, he's really not willing to go for that. Even if we go for any of these, our domain size can be 5 holdings. So once we take 2 more holdings, he will be willing to give some away, and then we can try and give away some of those titles and start landing some of our tiers. Right. But at least we have managed to expand. We could go straight for one of these other lands while we've got a chance. Wow, they are a little bit stronger, though. And, oh no, they're raiding, so they don't have allies, which is fine. This kingdom here is currently being raided by their neighbours, but they're very weak. 5 We could take this to the right while they're being raided, and it would be pretty easier, and we'd sandwich this middle kingdom. Now, I do like to take things slow in these series, so don't worry, it's not going to be all out, go, attack, take land, take land, take land, but this land is very vulnerable, as I said, and very easily taken, so we're going to take advantage of that and try and take as much of it as we can quickly. So let's conquer this county as well, which is going to cost us some prestige, but we've got prestige to spend, so that's fine. Let's declare war, take this land whilst we can. We'll raise our armies. Actually, no, let's move a little bit closer, why not? Let's create a new rally point. We'll just create it here as close as possible, and we'll raise all of our men here, and let's try and get this underway quickly. We've still got a decent amount of men. I don't think we lost too much manpower. About 100 men or so, which isn't too bad. And it looks like it's only 1 barony again, yes, with a city and a shrine, so it's going to be easy to take. Hopefully, they've lost some manpower in that raid. Although, if not, they've actually got their armies raised. 234 men, though. Should be a very easy slaughter. And then we'll take this kingdom, well, duchy, county, whatever it is, in the middle next. Just so that we can then bring all of this land together. And it would just lead 1 small bit of land here then to take. And maybe we'll be strong enough to attack Croatia then, just to finish taking this coastal land so that we can have all the coast. And with a tired yet blissful smile, Sigrid presents me with a perfect little daughter. One day, child, you will carry on my legacy. What name would befit such a mighty lady? Well, let's have a look. It's gone with Katerina, which I don't know if I like. Oh, wow. And she has been born with the pretty trait, which is awesome. Gives her 2 diplomacy and plus 20 fertility. Attraction opinion plus 20. Awesome. Name after a family. Well, we don't really have any family members. A good Norse name. A good religious name, or after an ancestor. Let's go for a good religion. I may go with Freya, because I just love the name Freya anyway. It's really nice. I've used that in series before, and it's very Norse, very fitting. So, and considering that our wife is extremely zealous and a seer, I think Freya would be very fitting, and she's pretty as well. So why not? Yes. May you grow to be strong and wise, my daughter Freya. Awesome. Perfect. Got our first child out of the way. A new champion has arrived. Let's have a look at you then. You don't look very Greek. No, you're Serbian. Interesting. You're a logistics, misguided warrior, sadistic, calm, and gluttonous. Nothing overly exciting about you, to be honest. So I think we'll give you a miss. We managed to win that battle. Only lost 52 men. We're actually not leading the armor, so we need to change that. Let's get ourselves involved just as we are a siege leader. Let's get this land sieged down quickly and take it under our control. We've got low county control. Yes, that's going to be the case, but at present we're already improving things in and around the city of Split, so we'll finish that first before worrying about that. We'll get it all under control at some point, and we're actually being raided by these bastards in the middle. That's fine. We're going to take your land soon. You raiders, I'll get revenge very, very soon. Let's disband that. I love how we're like literally on the doorstep of Venice as well. I'd very much like to raid that for hopefully a hell of a lot of gold. If we could get all this coastal land here going up into Italy. I don't really want to attack Italy at the moment. Not why all the kingdoms are currently still independent. Hopefully they'll start breaking away from each other as the family members of House Carling start attacking each other and plotting against each other, which we know is going to happen. It always happens. Be interesting to see who comes out on top. It's normally West Francia, but we'll see. Right, here we go. We've got 2 months left on this siege, which shouldn't be too bad. I haven't renamed any of the places yet either. Do feel free to come up with some nice Norse names for our lands, if we can mix it in with some stuff to do with the Adriatic and Croatia and Serbia, that would be even better. But I look forward to seeing what sort of awesome names you guys come up with for the series. And the siege is about to end any second now. And they're actually going to come and attack us, which makes no sense. I'm very, very surprised that he's going to march his army straight into us and try and attack us. But we have won the war before that anyway, so it doesn't matter. We can enforce our demands. Love the armour. Awesome helmet. Enforce demands. To the vile Jarl Asbjorn, may wisdom ever elude you. You're a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. So be it. Perfect. That gets that war out of the way. Expands our lands nicely once more. Cannot disband while enemy armies are in our lands, which is annoying. Is there even any enemy armies in our land? I can't... They're not actually technically in our lands, are they? So we should be able to disband pretty soon. Let's just try marching back home, and then hopefully it will allow us to disband. And we'll use that last bit of prestige that we've got. Oh, we've actually got enough prestige to take 2 lands. So we'll go for Dulkjar and whatever this one is, Zahumji. I am murdering these pronunciations. You guys know how atrocious my pronunciation is. So let's get our armies back home. I can't believe how quickly we actually had that baby. I suppose a year has passed probably about already, but still, that was incredibly quick. And this one concubine absolutely hates us. Old Martha is not happy to be married to this heathen from strange lands. Let's get our men home. Yeah, I definitely want to take this little county here of the Croatian kingdom, though. That needs to fall to our men. There isn't even anyone in our lands. Why are around? Just because that army's there and they're hostile. Can we attack them? We can, but I'd rather not. We're just going to have to wait then until we can disband, until they disband their army. That's annoying. We could attack them. I don't really want to, if it can be helped. We could turn our armies into raiders, I suppose. We could... Yeah, why not? As we're waiting and we can't actually disband them, why don't we just go and do a bit of raiding? It's 4 gold here. 14 gold here, though, in this city. Awesome. Yeah, let's raid our neighbours. We're going to go and attack those lands anyway. Can we? Yep, we're already leading the army. If we get the events pop up, though, that ruin the lands, we won't go for that. They are actually going to attack us, which is interesting. But as long as we get the raiding gold first, which we appear to have done. Got the Battle of Ston. Our champion, Mayor Philatros, wounded Danilo, whoever he is. This should be a very easy battle for us, though. Yeah, very easy. Our champion, Asbjorn Eriksson, did something, but I didn't get to see it in time. And, yeah, an easy battle. Perfect. Well, he didn't die, so that's fine. That's good, as long as we didn't lose him. We are carrying 14 gold now. There's 4 gold here. We may as well... Yeah, we may as well take advantage. Let's get that gold and take it home. Is there any other gold to be raided? There's 9 gold here, 9 gold here, and 17 in the capital. Wow, there's actually a lot of gold to be raided from here. There's no gold here. Right, let's march on to the next province then. 17 gold. We'll take all this gold home. I may even take this land first now then instead. And Herja has gained the pregnant trait, our concubine. Perfect. Absolutely awesome news. We're now on our domain limit, so the next bit of land that we take, we will actually be able to grant to somebody. Asbjorn will let that happen. The absolute greedy bastard. Okay, so we'll bring our men home now. We can finally disband them. And then we'll probably get one more bit of land before the end of this episode. Why not? Just so we can actually land someone. What should we go for? Do we go for this? These are probably going to be pretty weakened now. Yeah, only 105 men, whereas they've got 583. So yeah, we'll go for this land here, and at least it keeps our kingdom pretty nicely together as well. It doesn't create any border gore. They're also incredibly weak and vulnerable, thankfully. We can conquer... Oh, but it's actually 2 counties. What would we need to... we'd need a lot of prestige to conquer the duchy. Okay, that's annoying. But we could just go for the lands for now. I'd rather go for the coastal lands. And we can always come back for that other land later on. So, yeah, let's confirm. We'll go just for the coastal lands for now. We will raise all our men at the closer rally point. We'll take care of this quickly. Let's get ourselves in control of that. We've got 1,000 men now, which is very nice. Let's just march straight onto the capital. It's so close, why not? And we'll get that under our control, giving us a very, very nice plot of land. Can't wait until we can actually create a kingdom. What kingdoms do we actually have around here? I'm guessing we've got the kingdoms of Croatia and Serbia, I'm guessing. Yeah, we've got Croatia. This is actually part of Croatia. Serbia just to the south there. We already own some of that. Bulgaria. Okay, so there's several kingdoms around here that can be formed. It's probably going to be Croatia that is the first kingdom we do form. We'll probably give it a different name, to be honest, though. Something very Norse. Let's get this siege. They've not even got enough men to oppose us, so it's going to be pretty straightforward and easy for us. They've got 138 men that they've marched away, and our marshal earns respect, which is perfect. And our wife Sigrid is pregnant again already, which is absolutely awesome. How long are we going to have to go in this siege? Another 3 months, so we've got a little while to go. And my son and heir. Awesome, your newborn son is your new player heir. It is our bastard, John Eriksson. John doesn't quite sound right, does it? With a tired yet blissful smile, Herja presents me with a perfect little son. One day, child, you will carry on my legacy. What name would befit a Jarl? A good Norse name. Do we go for a Norse name, or should we go for a very religious name? I might go for a religious, to be honest. Let's have a look what we've got. Aslak. I did like Aslak. Aslak was pretty good. I might go with Aslak. I really like that. And have you gained anything? You are just child of concubine. That's all that you've gained at present. Sigbjorn. Gorm. Sigbjorn. I quite like that. It's similar to the fathers. Let's go for Sigbjorn then. Asbjorn Erikson. Perfect. Let's just finish sieging this land. Hopefully we get a son off our actual wife. And we managed to take 17 gold from that. And capture 2 prisoners. Perfect. And we've got an available martial perk to spend. Soldiers of lesser fortune. Mercenaries cost less. We're probably not going to need mercenaries, to be honest. Stalwart leader. Our prowess is improved. I don't really know. None of these are really anything that we need to take control of at the minute. So we'll just go with this one just so that we can unlock some more of these strategy techniques later on. Let's have a look then. Can we... Wow, we've took a lot of prisoners. 2 that can be ransomed. You can be ransomed for 10 gold. And you can be ransomed for 50 gold. Very nice. We'll ransom you. May make the war drag on a little bit longer, but I want as much gold as we can take. Perfect. 50 gold. Can we ransom that other prisoner? Does he have enough gold to do so? Yes, he does. Beautiful. Gained ourselves a nice amount of 60 gold. And we've also won the war to take over that county. Perfect. To the evil Jarl Asbjorn, your low character is the subject of Greek plays. You're a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. So be it. Disband all of our armies. And now we've got all of that coastland pretty much. There's just 2 little bits left to take. We are above our domain limit as well, which is awesome. So we can finally land a character. We can create the Duchy of Dubrovnik. How much is that going to cost us? 250 gold, which we're actually not that far off. So that's pretty cool. We can actually create a new duchy, which we will definitely be doing. Right, let's have a look. What bit of land am I going to be willing to take? What is our actual capital here? The Barony of Zadar. I can create 5 holdings there, which isn't too bad. This one here, I can have 4 holdings. What about this new one that we've just taken? The Barony of Ragusa. Wow, that could... that's 6 as well. 4 here. I'd probably give away this one in the mountain. Then again, I'd quite like my chieftains to have some coastal lands, considering, to be honest. Let's have a look. Could give these islands away up here. I think we've got a barony up here. The Barony of Cress, which is 4. Yes, I'm going to give the Barony of Cress away. Or should I go for some more? No, we'll give the Barony of Cress away. And we're going to give that to our Chancellor first. And then, as I said, we'll just work our way along. So next, our Steward will be landed. Then our Marshal. And then our Spymaster. So, Gunnar, let's grant the title of... Which one was it here? Charso. Perfect, and it's not going to upset us. He becomes our vassal. His opinion of us improves as well. Grant title, perfect. Gunnar has become our vassal. He's now landed. He's got his wife. Oh, he's already got a child as well. Perfect, and they've also inherited the hail trait. Nice, very good that he's got a daughter, Asta. Cool. Has any other of our councillors yet had children? Our steward is yet to have a child, but he is married. Has Aid had a child yet? No. And has our spy master had a child yet? No. And wow, his bride really is a giant. Wow, she is huge. They're going to have some beastly children, that's for sure. So, yeah, we've expanded very nicely. Our men have improved. Let's unpause and let time pass so our gold and such can improve. We will go for this land here next. They are half decent strength-wise, though. I've been hosting your Chancellor, Count Gunnar, for several weeks, and he's helped me truly see the splendour of the realm under your rule. I am nothing less than honoured to serve as your vassal. His opinion of improves is by 30, so he's still going to hate his minus 70, but it's an improvement. We're winning round the Greek subjects that we have, which is good. Low counties, yeah, we've got low control in several of our counties. We don't need to worry. How long have we got left with this? Still a little while. We're over halfway. We're probably, well, we're nearly 3/4 of the way through, so that's not too bad. Promoting our culture is going very well, though. And yeah, it's going to take a bit of a while to convert the faith, but yeah, that's fine. We obviously have our son and daughter now, which is awesome. And our wife was pregnant again, wasn't she? So we could have another child very, very soon. How strong is Croatia? 880 men. Wow, yeah, they've got quite some manpower. So I don't really want to be attacking them just yet, but I do really want to take this county here, this county of Knin. I really want to get this under control so that we can have all this coast and not have our land split. But I think Dalmatia will be the sensible choice to go for. And perfect. With a tired yet blissful smile, Sigurd prevents me a perfect little son. Who will you become, my child, and what shall I call you? What have you inherited? You've inherited the hail trait. Awesome. We will call you... We could name you Asbjorn after ourselves. We could name you something even better. Let's look for a good Norse name. Something pretty good, if possible. Something a bit different. If we don't just go for Asbjorn. I may just name him after us. It's the son from our actual wife. Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll name you Asbjorn. Perfect. So 2 sons and a daughter already, which is insane. And a faction has been created against us. Yeah, it's bound to happen. That's why I want to improve our control. They've got 583 men. We've got 1,000. We should be... Actually, if we were to declare war, would we get all of your land? No, we actually wouldn't get all your land. It's actually a duchy. Change objective. We want to take the coastal land first. Which isn't too bad, but... Yeah, I'd rather take the coastal land. So let's confirm... Declare war, and we will move our rally point to right on the border, and we'll raise all of our armies here. But we will end episode 1 here, and we'll concentrate on taking over that in the next episode, spreading our influence over the Adriatic Sea. We'll have a hell of a lot of the Adriatic Sea border completely under our control then, which is going to give us a real strong foothold into what we want to do. And then we can start working inland. We'll leave Italy and the Byzantine Empire well alone for now until we're strong enough. But when we do start raiding the southern lands of Italy, Sicily of course, are looking very tempting, I must say. Napoli and such look very vulnerable. Venice as well. Oh, I definitely want to raid Rome at some point. A great heathen raid on Rome. And just... Oh, it'd be so awesome if we could, like, take the Pope captive. That would be hilarious. But yes, we will end episode 1 here. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to like and comment down below. I love hearing everyone's comments on these custom series. Don't forget you can also comment your own custom ideas if you want to get a character in this series. And you can join the Discord as well and join the awesome community based around my channel. Thank you all once more for watching. Hopefully I'll see you all very soon for the next episode of the Raiders of the Adriatic.